Chuck is a biographical sports drama about Chuck Wepner, a boxer who got his 15 minutes of fame when he went 15 rounds, no pun intended, in the ring with the greatest fighter of all time, Muhammad Ali, and was the real-life inspiration for Rocky Balboa. But before that, he was a liquor salesman and husband/father with a modest prize fighting career whose life changed overnight when in 1975 he was chosen to take on the greatest fighter in a highly publicized match, being chosen for the single reason of being the only Caucasian among the top 10 ranked heavyweight boxers in the entire world at that point, and Ali really wanted to fight the white guy. Despite losing the match but being able to go the full 15 rounds, he became somewhat of a local hero, but it will prove to be the beginning of a wild ride through the exhilarating highs and lows of sudden fame, and the downward spiral into drug addiction and ultimately redemption. Now the biggest draw to this film obviously is going to be that allegedly it is the true story that inspired Sylvester Stallone's script for that original Rocky film. And I think that's very interesting, especially when considering just how incredibly different real-life person Chuck Wepner and fictional character Rocky Balboa really are. And I think both stories are compelling, but the Rocky series, especially as it got more and more milked by Stallone, just became really redundant and became more and more unbelievable with each film. Especially, think about the character, he's basically flawless. I mean, he loves his wife Adrian very much and would do anything for her. He loves his wife's brother Paulie, despite him being a drunk bum, and will do anything for him. He loves his manager Mick, and he loves him right back and would do anything for him, and he even befriends his initial rival Apollo Creed, and the two of them become great friends. So it's sort of like almost like a fairy tale. It's a little bit too good to be true, it's a little bit too Hollywood to be true. Chuck Wepner's story, on the other hand, is pretty much the complete opposite, and him as a person as well is pretty much the complete opposite. The guy was kind of a douchebag, he was a womanizer who continuously cheated on his wife, he was pretty narcissistic, and he just generally seemed to want to bite off a lot more than he could chew. And I thought it was quite peculiar to find some contradictory information on the internet about whether or not Stallone ever actually even acknowledged the fact that the Chuck Wepner-Muhammad Ali fight even provided any inspiration for the Rocky series at all. And just assuming that he never did, I think is complete bullshit. Of course he did. He even offered a small role for Chuck in Rocky 2, for which he actually auditioned for, and he actually openly admitted that he did about as well during the audition as Rocky reading cue cards for aftershave commercials.
In the morning, I splash it on, and it makes me smell manly.
Smell manly? Cut. Does that smell manly? Can you read that right?
Yeah.
Let's go again.
And we know all of this to be true for a fact, plus there are pictures of the two of them getting along. Stallone in the film seems to genuinely greet him with admiration and respect, and even though in real life Chuck actually filed a lawsuit against Stallone that was settled for an undisclosed amount, he says that he likes Stallone personally, so I really don't think there's any bad blood between the two of them, and it's really important to remember that the film doesn't try to demonize Stallone at all for not giving enough credit to Chuck. There wasn't really any more credit to be given. I mean, let's face it, the only really major similarity between the real life of Chuck Wepner and the fictional story of Rocky Balboa is that yes, both of them are no-name boxers who are chosen to fight the world heavyweight champion, and both of them come really close to winning, and even despite having failed, both of them become sort of heroes of their local city. Now in the case of Rocky, we know that in the series eventually it does go into a very different direction. He eventually does win the title, he does defend it, he does lose it, and then he wins it back again, yada yada yada. Some of my favorite scenes in Chuck are actually when he is fucking up royally, like when he goes to that audition for Rocky 2, he is just so messed up on cocaine that he can barely make any sense of what's going on, he can barely read lines or remember lines, despite Stallone continuously wanting to give him another chance, or when he goes visiting his brother, who really doesn't seem to want to have anything to do with him, allegedly the two haven't been talking for years, and it's right after the original Rocky won the 3 awards out of the 10 nominations it had at the Oscars, and he just goes visiting his brother and just boasting have you heard, Rocky won, I won, I'm the real Rocky, and his brother is just no, we're really not. It's he is acting like he had anything major to do with the film, and the film really makes it clear that no one really gave a shit that he was the inspiration for the original Rocky, because so what? Most films are all inspired by something that happened in real life. It doesn't mean that the film or the filmmakers owe you anything. All of the performances are pretty great, and Liev Schreiber as Chuck Wepner is especially astounding. I mean, you can definitely tell that this was a passion project for this guy. He has been involved in the film for 5 years. He He co-wrote it, he either produced it or co-produced it, I think, and you can really tell that he is in love with the material. And he was in love with his on-screen love interest and real-life wife, now allegedly ex-wife, Naomi Watts. I just found out today researching for the film that they are no longer together, so that's kind of a bummer. And it's a good-looking film, it's a nicely edited film, it's filmed on actual film, and it looks great, and it really, it kind of harkens back to that original Rocky film and the way that looked and the way that moved and the pacing of that film. That was a nice little touch. I appreciated that about the film as well. So this is a pretty nice biopic. I definitely think it's interesting to see how it connects to Rocky. It has some absolutely great performances, and I definitely enjoyed it, so I would recommend it. My question to you guys would be, what are some of your favorite biographical sports dramas? It doesn't necessarily have to be boxing movies, because I already asked that question, I think, several times before. It can be anything sports related, drama, comedy, whatever. Don't forget to leave your answers down below in the comment section. Thanks for watching my review. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so I can see you later with other reviews. And until then, folks, you know the drill. Stay cool, stay awesome, and goodbye.